Hey guys, welcome back to Get Motivated and Fit TV. If you're new to the channel, the concept behind Get Motivated is to get more out of life. So today's video, just like the title, you're gonna get a 2-for-1. Incident at work, working at the prison part 2. So let me just go ahead and get right into this video, right? So before I do, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I got some new subscribers, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. So today is June 3rd. I'm in public transportation for those that are new, right? So I'm doing my walkthrough. I'm at my break. I'm on my break, and at that point, I get my phone. I put on my headphones. I get off the bus after I do my walkthrough, and I go use the vicinity. I have a 12-minute break, so I'm there watching my show on my phone. So then, um, I noticed like, okay, I got 5 minutes. Let me start making my way back to the bus. And I noticed this couple. They were maybe in their mid-20s, late 20s. They have their baby in the stroller. So this gentleman, he starts banging on the window of the building. So I'm like, what the, like, why, right? So security steps out the building. I say, hey, you can't be doing that. So I'm already by my front door. At that time, I have 3 minutes on my break. So I tell them, like, hey, if y'all gonna get on, y'all go ahead, have a seat. And I can hear them like having an argument. Um, and again, this dude's just pacing back and forth, and then he's banging on the window again of the building. Um, and I think I heard her say that he's having a hernia. So at that time, I take out my headphones, I'm putting my phone up, and I'm like, well, if he needs medical attention, the hospital is across the street, like, if that's the case. And I'm like, but if y'all gonna get on, I mean, that's up to y'all. And again, right, this dude, like, he's pacing back and forth, and he bangs the window again. So I'm like, at that point, I told security, like, you know what? If he's already doing this with the building, like, I'm sure he's gonna do the same thing on the bus. I don't need him on the bus. Like, I don't. So yeah, we got that squared away. So I told the lady, I'm like, ma'am, if you're gonna get on, like, you can get on. And then she's like, you have the money, like, whoever she's with, like, you have the money. He walks away, like, he starts walking towards the end of the building. And this is what pissed me off. Remember that baby in the stroller? He's maybe about 7-8 months. He's actually in the car seat on the stroller, right? So he's not old enough to just be in a stroller. He walks away. She walks behind him, leaving the baby 2 or 3 feet away from me. I look at security. I'm like, bro, like, did they just leave the baby here by himself? Like, that got me upset. So when she gets back, what the hell is wrong with you? How are you gonna leave your baby here by himself? Oh, no, 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 like, security's here, that's why. Like, no, that's not his responsibility. It's you as the parent, both of y'all. That's your baby, that's your responsibility. I'm like, so what, you're gonna get on my bus and you're gonna get off and you're gonna leave the baby on my bus? No, no. I mean, that's what it seems like. I was upset. So at that point, I'm like, you know what, ma'am? If we need to take the bus, oh, because she was telling me, like, I don't have. That's fine. Just get on the bus. But he's not gonna get on. I told her, he's not getting on. But you and the baby can. I'll take y'all when y'all need to go. You can meet up with him later on. So they get on. I'm already in my seat. I put my seatbelt on. I pop the brake. I release the brake, I should say. I take it off from neutral. I put it in drive. I pull away from the stall. And then the guy runs up to my door. Boom. I'm like, I stop. I'm like, At that point, she's standing up, like, kind of like right here. Like, I could feel her, like, she's standing too close to the front of the door. And I'm like, ma'am, I need you to sit down. And again, I pulled away. And she's like, I'm going to get off. I'm like, what? I want to get off. At that point, I'm like, okay, because all these scenarios are like, okay, like this dude's right here by my door. I keep rolling. He can get in front of my bus. He can run alongside the bus. Like, I can just see how this is going to turn out. So I'm like, let me just stop where I'm at. I kneeled the bus, put a neutral, pop the brake, set my hazards, and I opened the front door. So she's like, hey, hurry up. Like, help me. And help me with the stroller, telling the guy. And the guy's not even helping. He's not. Security helps her get off the bus. So once they're off, the guy gets on my bus and he sits down and he bangs on my window. Hey, bro, like, you're not getting on. Like, I need you off. And at that time, security goes in. And full disclosure, I forgot to leave the back. I forgot to open the back door. I only had the front door open. So security's like, hey, come on. I need you to get out the back door. And at that point, like, something, like, I already knew. Like, let me call dispatch, because I found out just because I need somebody off my bus and I tell security, like, security, in the event if I need transit PD, it turns out that I need to call dispatch first, regardless if I'm talking to security, because security is going to radio their dispatch, and then their dispatch is going to tell security, have the operator call dispatch so we can send a transit PD, if that makes, sense. I thought it was all the same dispatch, to be honest with you. So, at that point, I'm already calling, and by the time the phone rings on my bus, they're already going at it, right? So I'm like, I pick up the phone, and I'm like, this is operator so-and-so. I'm on bus so-and-so. I need transit PD at my location. I have a physical altercation going on with a passenger and the security officer. So I need transit PD ASAP to my location. I got off the phone. The girl gets back on and she's like hysterical. She's like, at that time, a security I know has them on the floor, the passenger, because I can't see them both. But this girl, she gets on the bus. She runs towards the back where they're at, by the back door. And in my mind, I'm like, oh crap, like, she's gonna probably attack the security. And I'm thinking that even though they're on the floor, I'm thinking that the passengers, like, swinging or kicking at the security. So I'm like, well, shit. The last thing that I want is for this girl to be attacking security as well. So I'm like, hey, you need to get off the bus. Your baby, and again, the baby's by himself. Like, go get your baby. Go be with your baby. Don't worry about this. So at that point, she gets off. I get off the bus, the front door, and I go through the back. So there I am with the back door, and it won't budge. I mean, everything happened so fast. I didn't stop to think to, like, pop open the back door. And I'm thinking that this dude is kneeling down and he's holding on to the door handles. So again, boom, and finally that right door pries open, and boom, the weight of the passenger and the security, boom. So now the passenger's hanging off the bus. He has one hand on the pavement and the other, I don't know if it's on his side, on his back, but security has him pinned down pretty good. And I'm like, bro, like, you need to put hand restraints on him. And the whole time, like, I want to help you, but I know I can't. And again, right, policy, legal purposes. And he's like, no, he goes, you're good. But I'm like, if you can't put the hand restraints, and I'm already like, oh, like I want to help so bad, like I do, like, and I mean, like, you know, being at the prison is like that's what we live for, like, get on, stop resisting, da da da, submit to hand restraints, and at that point, right, use some kind of technique to put in hand restraints, and in my mind, I'm already like we could have easily used his wrist, like turned it his way, away from us, boom, lock it in, or using your four fingers and like driving underneath the rib, go in and up, squeeze, pressure points. Like I was thinking of all these different ideas, um and I'm telling him, like, bro, I want to help you. He's like, no, 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 you're good. So he was able to get his hand restraints, and he was able to put at least one hand on one wrist, the right hand, I believe. So during the scuffle, they break away, like the handcuffs, break away from the security officer. So at that point, I'm already thinking like these hand restraints can be used as a weapon. He can start swinging at the security officer, at me, at himself. So I grab it, right, the one that's loose. I grab it with my left hand, and then I just start pulling towards me. And yeah, we were able to get him off the bus more, but he's still, like, his feet are still hanging through the back door. That time, the other operator that's behind me, he can't go anywhere. He's stuck. So he helps take the legs off the bus, so we have him down, right? And at that time, I already hear the siren. I'm like, oh man! At that point, like, thank God for backup, right? So Transit PD shows up, and then I back away, and it's like what Transit PD says to the passenger: "Stop moving, or I'm gonna taser your bitch ass." I'm like, whoa, like, hell yeah, like it's gonna go down. So I back away, and I tell him, hey, he has one hand restraints, but just keep an eye because he's not secured. So yeah, he tasers him. The taser doesn't do shit to him. Like, I don't know what this guy was on, but he was on something because he put up a hell of a fight, and he did. So by then, another police officer shows up from PD, not transit, but from PD, and at that point, the other operators said, "Man, hey, your back door won't close. You probably have to get another bus change." So I called dispatch again. And by that time, like, it's crazy the response that we got. Like, I counted like about 8 police cars right in front. Like, I couldn't move if I wanted to. So I called dispatch. They wanted to know what happened, so I told them the whole situation. And like, all right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get you a space, so don't worry about your route. I'm gonna send you a supervisor. Just be on standby. Fill out a report that you need to, a witness statement for transit. And we'll see what we can do with that bus change. I'm like, okay, cool. So so yeah, right. So by that time, like I said, there was like 8, 9, police cars. I want to say like maybe five or six of them were actually with Transit PD, putting him in hand restraints, and then they had to put the leg restraints. I'm just glad that this dude didn't spit on any of us, because I mean, he could have easily did that. He could have easily, and that would have been a whole nother freaking can of worms. But after everything was said and done, like, my main concern was that baby, because it's like, how are you just gonna leave the baby by himself? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. And I'm glad after everything was said and done, I'm there, trying to write my statement, and they called somebody from the girl side of the family. They showed up, and I'm overhearing. She's over here, man, he did it again. What do you mean again? Like, damn, what will it take for you to walk away from that situation? And I hear Transit PD telling her, or telling that side of the family, and they left before everything happened. They left the baby by themselves, like, for a good while. Like that's like I can arrest her too for child endangerment. And I'm glad, like, that gave me so much, joy to hear that the transit actually brought that up, because it's not, like, the baby has no fault. That baby has no fault. And the fact that they just did that, like, and of course you could tell they were on something. They had to be, both of them, because it's like, how are you going to leave your baby by himself? Like, oh man, like, that just, like, like, it's one thing to have a kid, but it's another to actually, like, you know what? Because I have a kid, let me change to be better for my kid. And not what I saw today. Not what I saw today. This poor baby, he doesn't deserve those parents, to be honest with you. He doesn't. And it's upsetting that I had to see that. And it makes me wonder about other kids that are in that same situation. I'm doing my best not to get emotional, but it's just like, it's upsetting, because they don't deserve to be parents. They don't. And I know they were on some kind of drugs, because this dude put up a fight. He did. So let me transition over to the prison. As I mentioned, right, like, we stay in that mindset of, or like, we stay ready to put our hands on these offenders as long as it's justified, as long as there's a reason for it, not just because. So, I mean, I caught myself telling this passenger, submit to hand restraints, quit resisting, get on the fucking floor. Like, it's still in me. So at the prison, it's like, there's been several occasions where, hey, come here. I told everybody, hey, get on the right side, get off the noise, and you still want to act up, come here. And pull them over. And then they want to buck. At that point, hey, I'm keeping that distance, hey. At that point, you know what? Submit to hand restraints. Because at that point, I don't know what he's capable of. I'm already giving him an order. Face the wall, submit to hand restraints. And then, once he's against the wall, I'm gonna I get my hand restraints out. And place your hands behind your back. And they're already behind the back. And then boom, I'll get the left one. I'll do the left one, and then the right one, and then double lock. But the whole time I'm telling that offender, like, hey, if you move the wall or the floor, take your pick. Don't move. Because you just don't know. And I've been fortunate, for me, I didn't have to use a force like that. However, I've seen videos where it's an escort, and just out of nowhere, like, the officer's escorting the offender, and the offender decides to just pull away. And once that happens, that's automatic use of force, because he pulled away. And of course, the escort procedures, there has to be 2 officers at all times, but because you're short staff, sometimes it's just one officer. So at that point, boom, he's already in hand restraints. Take him to the floor, or put him up against the wall or the fence, wherever you're at. I think that'll be it for this one, for working at the prison. I mean, I got a lot more, but I mean, I feel like so much time got taken away from what happened at work. But I think that'll be it for this one. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you for jumping on the channel. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope y'all are well. Hope you are blessed. And I'll see y'all on the next one.